What's up, everybody, and today we're doing a new edition of the Tool Duel. I want to know which tool you think wins out of these tools shown in the video. We're looking at power, we're looking at speed, we're looking at price, we're looking at everything, but it's up to you to decide which one wins. Leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think. Now with that said, let's take a look at the tools that are competing against each other today in today's Tool Duel. We got a cool one for you guys today. So the Ryobi 18V 1 Plus cordless brushless 3-speed 1/4 inch hex impact driver versus the Ridgid, well, basically the same thing, Gen5x non-octane model. Now before we start, yes, I know they're from the same company, but people might want to know what brand they want to get into if they're not already in a line. And not to mention, these are fun as hell to do. Now we're going to pit these things up against each other, but let's talk about the Ryobi first. You're going to pay $99, just the tool only. No battery, no charger, no nothing. 1/4 inch drive size, torque 2,000 pounds. It is the brushless motor. We're using the 4AH battery on this thing today. Top blows per minute, 4,350. Max RPM, you're looking at 3,100, and the weight on this, 2.55 pounds. Look at the bright LED lights right up on the top right there. Really nice touch by Ryobi. Also got that variable speed trigger. The chuck itself, it is awesome. I'll show you that here in a bit. It is definitely much bulkier than the Ridgid. That said, it does have a pretty comfortable grip to it, and it's balanced well. You got 2,000 inch-pounds of torque. You do have the 3-speed selector switch on the back. You can go from low at 0 to 1,100 RPM to medium to 0 to 2,150, and then up to the high from 0 to 3,100. And you get a 3-year limited warranty on the Ryobi impact driver. Alright, let's move it to the specs over on the Ridgid. This is the Gen5x, not the octane model, also brushless. We're using the 4.0 non-octane battery to keep things fair. You also have a 3-speed selector right up on the top of the unit. Max RPM on this 2,750. 2,250 torque inch-pounds. You also got the bright 3 LED lights up on the top. You got the clip holder in the back for your bit, and you got the belt clip for each side. You also get a button down here for the LED light, not just pulling the trigger. Variable speed, by the way. And again, 3,500 blows per minute. Weight, not that bad. Feels great in the hands, and only $119 price-wise. Now you can see that it is a bit smaller than the Ryobi. Not by much though. Look at the base on the Ryobi though. It's pretty massive. Doesn't come with the magnet like the Ryobi does. I really like that aspect of it. The builds both feel pretty good on both of these here. The Ridgid is a lot more industrial than the Ryobi is, but we're going to check it out. Check out this chuck here. Real simple to use on the Ridgid. Just put it in like that, pop it out, boom, that's it. Let's check out the Ryobi here in a bit. But first, before we do that, let's start using and abusing. First, we're going to go from the first speed to the second speed to the third speed. Just general screws here. Let's check it out. Alright, a lot of control, definitely more delicate than the Ryobi is going to be. We'll do that. Let's bump it up to the 2. Tons of torque on that. Now let's bump it up to the 3, and we'll just drive that right down in. Beastly. And yeah, 1/4 inch hex as well. So let's move it on to the Ryobi. Check out the chuck here. Pretty much the same. I'm pretty impressed with that chuck there. Real nice heavy build, no play on that. Boom, comes right out. All right, let's do the exact same thing. We're gonna put this down on the 1 and just start driving these screws in. And just to show you that's where we're at, here we go. Alright, that did fine. Definitely not as controlled as the Ridgid. Let's bump it up to the second. And that was real nice like. Let's take this out and we will go with the top speed. And while we're doing this, please don't forget to smash that like button. Alright, here we go. We're going to go top speed. We're just going to drive this down. These are 2.5 inch, by the way, these screws. I think you're going to be surprised here a little bit later in the video just how quick this Ryobi is. Let's pull this out and we are going to go to the next test. Alright, so we're going to move this along. Now we got some 1/2 inch lags. You can see they go all the way down past that treated 4x4. That's what we're using for the test today. And if you don't think that a treated 4x4 puts these things to the test. Wait and see what happens later in the video. But we are using the exact same equipment for this test. Same exact sockets, same brand, same exact adapters. We're going to go one on the other. First, I'm going to use my dominant hand with the one tool, then I'll switch it up. I'll go right hand. I am right-handed. Let's do the Ridgid on the right hand, then we'll switch up and go to Ryobi with the right hand. I am not going to put any pressure on these other than to get them started. Let's go. The Ridgid went a little cockadoo, but look at the Ryobi. It is actually catching up and going quicker than the Ridgid. Pretty surprising. Whoa, how about that? I could not believe that the Ridgid actually lost to the Ryobi in the speed test on the highest setting 3. Check it out. That Ryobi, it started out a little bit later. It actually, yeah, the Ridgid did go a little bit crooked, but we're going to try this again. But holy hell, I couldn't believe it. Let's pull it up here. The Ridgid actually faster pulling it up, but wow, the speed, I couldn't believe the speed actually was quicker than the Ridgid. Now I'm going to do this a couple more times, and there is a reason why the Ryobi won. I'll show you that here in a bit, but don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more tool duels. Let's check it out. We're going to go with the opposite hand. This is mode 3 on high again and again. The Ryobi on the other hand, the less dominant hand, taking it into speed. That is huge. That is crazy. I was not expecting that at all. At all. We're going to keep going with this, but I mean, check it out. I mean, they were all drove down all the way through that treated 4x4. Both did very well, by the way. No pilot holes at all. Now we're going to switch this up. Don't worry, Ridgid fans. Don't worry. We're going to come back here. We're going to go on the number 2 setting. Now, even though it is not as quick as the Ryobi, remember the torque. This is where the Ridgid shines. You know, you can use this in professional applications, and I will show you right now. Check it out. We are on the second speed, mid speed. Here we go. The Ridgid is my dominant. We'll switch it up. Man, the vibration actually shaking my camera out of focus, taking me off to the Ryobi. And maybe it wants to see the Ryobi, but here we go. We're going to try this again. Let me set this up. We'll go right hand again so you can see it. Section 2 here, the second speed. Same thing on the Ryobi. And then we'll switch up the hands. Here we go. There you go, Ridgid taking it with the torque. That is in the second setting, the mid setting, and it just keeps on going, where the Ryobi, even though it's going, it's struggling to get down in there. But we're going to check it out one more time. We're going to do this one more time. And these things are really, really getting hot. Again, 2-2, we're going to switch the hands up. We're going to make this fair so the dominant hand isn't always in control of the Ridgid. But let's try it again here. I want you to see this, though. Watch this. Right now, the Ryobi actually stopped working. It overheated. Check out the lights blinking right there. Both of these impact drivers extremely hot to the touch. I mean, I'm telling you, these things here are just, these treated 4x4s driving these lags without pilot holes, they're really putting these impacts to the test. And the Ryobi is not operating right this second. The Ridge is still going, but it's a little bit slower. Now, it is also a 90-degree day out here today. Both of these impact drivers just taking a beating. The Ryobi stopped. The Ridgid is still going and it was able to drive that lag all the way down. We're going to let these cool down here. I'm going to put them both in front of the air conditioner for about 5 minutes. And let's just put this in mode 3 and just drive that the rest of the way down with the Ridgid. And that's the extra $20 talking. Just drive this down a little bit more. And yeah, on the Ryobi, it's, you know, basically that's a protection, right? In the battery, it's an overheat. So the gun's not dead, the impact's not dead. Within 5 minutes, it starts right back up. Let me show you. But these are both extremely hot to the touch. And within 5 minutes, it goes right back up again. You let it cool down and it works fine. Check it out. And well, there you go. I mean, I want to know what you guys think. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Who won this? You know, you got to give props to Ryobi. I mean, yeah, I think the impact driver could be a little bit cheaper than what it is at the $99 price range. I would love to see it maybe at the $80, $85 even. But that being said, well done Ryobi for holding up to the Ridgid and the brushless. It actually beat it in speed on, you know, the highest setting, but with the torque, the Ridgid just owned it, and the Ridgid just kept going and going and going and did not overheat like the Ryobi did. But it was a very respectable showing to this impact driver. And not only that, you know, the Ryobi has a huge base when it comes to their battery lineup. So that's a plus as well. Let me know what you think. Who won this? Leave me a comment in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more tool duels. Come over and say hi to us on the Instagram page. And as always, we will be back with more reviews soon.